Testing 1 2 3. Well, we all know by now that the ex-legendary football star running back, Mr. O.J. Simpson, was granted parole. I still feel, in my personal opinion, that those charges was bogus for attempted robbery to gain his own stuff back. You know what I'm saying? And he had to serve 9 years for that. We all know it was payback for the other case. We all know that. But ultimately, from the prior case, the more popular case, not saying that he did it, you know what I mean, as far as the murders, I'm not saying that. But whatever the outcome is, you know, he has to live with those demons himself. As a senior citizen, he has to really live with that himself, if he knew about it or if he had did it. I'm not saying he did. But like I said, as a senior citizen, in his last days, he has to live with that. Only he knows. Let's just leave it at that. So now, since OJ is a free man, what he needs to do is stay away from Hollywood. Just stay in Florida. Don't even come back out to California. You know, as a teenager, I remember as a kid in high school, when my parents, when I would come home from, well, before leaving to go to school, and then when you come home from school, you see that they had the trial on. I still remember all that shit in 94 and 95. I remember all of that, just like yesterday. It's crazy. And you would have to have been living in Southern California around that time. You know, me, I was born and raised here, so I seen it all. You know? Even with the Rodney King situation, I lived through all that. I seen it all. So, now that this man is paroled, he'll be out, what, in October? Like maybe October 1st? Like I said, he should just live his last days. Stay out the limelight. And put all that behind him.
You keep bringing up payback. We're having a big conversation about that, and Garagos even said, of course, it was about payback, and then we're talking about, well, that wouldn't be fair. They didn't go by, you know, they shouldn't, the judge shouldn't have done that, should just go by the law. But there were a number of things that took place in this trial that people thought were not fair. There was a large part of this country and the world thought that it wasn't fair that he walked free when there was so much evidence that he killed 2 innocent people. And a lot of people still feel that race trumped justice in this case because of Mark Furman, because of those tape recordings that were made.
Professor, and then we gotta go.
Okay, in my book, Race, Law, and American Society, 1607 to present,
We talk about 4,000, 5,000 black people have been murdered in this country. And this one case is this obsession of so much of white America. We have police shootings taking place all the time, and we don't see the same level of obsession. I'd like to know, when we're talking about race trumping justice, where is all of the outrage when race is trumping justice all around America? This is what gets me about this case. And within the black community, within the person who studies and writes about racial history, I don't understand this obsession, and maybe that's why there was this split in this. Maybe that's why we're still talking about it today.
Because it was the first. I mean, that televised trial changed our business. It created.
It should
your business.
Yeah, okay.
I should say
it changed our business.
Yes, and so
never returned to the same.
It was unique on so many levels, which is why people are still obsessed.
A black man with money paid high-class attorneys and got the result that Klaus Van Bülow and many other whites with money had been getting, and without money, for centuries. And that just disturbs white America so much that they will not let this man rest. I mean, I don't think that this one case should be what symbolizes our criminal justice system.
Well, also, I think one of the things that's so interesting about what you say is that I think for so many people, they didn't see this case in context of what had come before it in Los Angeles with the police department and the criminal justice system and African Americans in America. And maybe I think in the African American community, they did see that context because many people there have been living it.